Hello guys and welcome back to my channel Firewall Gan. In this video we are going to talk about ransomware. In this world everyone is now frustrated with this attack, ransomware. So in this video we are going to see what is ransomware attack, what are the mistakes we do to get infected by the ransomware attack, and what are the things we will be keep with us handy if we got infected from the ransomware attack. So guys, watch this video till the end and let me know if this video is informative for you. So first, let's understand what is ransomware. Ransomware is a type of malware which once infected to your system get locked. In short, your system get hijacked, and after that you have to pay the ransom amount or whatever the amount the hacker will demand to unlock or get you password for that system to get unlocked. So basically, ransomware is a type of malware who has the capability to encrypt your system from scratch, and there is no way to recover it until the attacker give you the key to decrypt it. 80% of the world's financial institutes, banking institutes, corporate worlds, government world, everything got frustrated, and somehow somewhere everyone is got infected by this malware. So we have to take care this malware very seriously, and you have to be very serious about it. How the ransomware infected to anyone's systems, or how ransomware attacks successfully performed. The key is human. Whatever the networking we have in the world, everything is controlled and managed by the human. If human do some mistake, then he has to pay for it. And if the mistake is something like accepting malware like a ransomware, then there is the only way to get rid of it. You have to pay ransomware or just forget what your system data you will be having in your system. So what need to be delivered, what need to be considered, what thing you need to be have handy when malware like ransomware took place. Just think how your network is set up. You have public IP addresses, and behind these public IP addresses you have private IP addresses. Private IP addresses don't talk to the outside world. The only IP addresses who talk to the outside world is the public IP addresses. So this malware come from the outside world and targeted to your public IP address. From that public IP address, whosoever system having this public IP address, that malware enter from that system. Think about your network. Very first thing you need to have handy with you your network's diagrams. The network diagrams, like not only the high level diagrams, we call it HLD, high level diagrams. No, you need to have low level diagrams. Today's organization are failing to have the low level diagrams. Low level diagrams basically having each and everything of your infrastructure's architecture. When designer create or a network engineer create a low level diagram, he consider each and every part of your network infrastructure. He consider small interfaces, towards the whatever the interfaces you have in your network. Having these details, having these low level diagrams with you will tell you that what system is connected via which path, via which interface. And keeping these details handy will help you to tackle if some sort of ransomware attacks happen. You know what? Whenever any sort of attacks happens, any malware enters to your network, it's not obvious that entire network or entire systems got impacted with that. First, once the malware entered, it impacted only one system. From that one system, that malware traveled to the rest of the systems. So if you know about your network and what system connected to where, you can control the path of flowing that malware. So number one thing, and which is very important thing, you need to know about your end-to-end network and every part of it. And the purpose of low-level design, no low-level diagrams, is that to give you each and every aspect of your infrastructure. So if you don't have these diagrams with you, you need to start preparing it. You need to hire someone from the network engineer, or assign or get hire architect who will help you and assist you and make diagrams for you for your network. No matters your network is dynamic in nature, it changes. Most of the time whatever the changes happens, it's happen on your server farm. Rest of the network only change if you change your network service provider. Most of the organization, they settled with the high level diagrams only. High level diagrams only provide you the block of your architect. So they will provide you what countermeasures you have, at what farm that countermeasures are present, but it don't says the connectivity from that countermeasures. Or you can say the entire network, if your network having countermeasure, the servers, the proxies, the whatever the appliances, okay, everything you will see in a block, but it will not give you the exact connectivities. High level diagrams give you the IP addresses, the details of the locations and everything, but that is not enough to tackle the attacks like ransomware attacks. So having low level design and high level design, low level diagrams and high level diagrams are very beneficial. Segregation of networks and having less understanding on networks obviously takes time. The work which can be delivered in hours can take up to days because you don't know about the network. Be up to date with your patching. Whatever the ransomware attacks happens, they exploit. One thing is human errors, but the second important thing is whatever the system having softwares installed. Every software will be having the updation of their patches. Consider if you are working in an environment where you have a Microsoft software setup in entire network, those softwares always need to be patched with the Microsoft patching, right? Every month Tuesday Microsoft provide the patches, and those patches are something coded with whatever the vulnerabilities detected in that month. So having patches with you and up to date with the patches is the key to protect from the vulnerabilities like ransomware. Attacker generally exploit the vulnerabilities which are present into your software and you are not patched that thing. Ransomware attacks on your system and it encrypt all the data. It hijack all the system and you are not having access to any of it, whatever data you have. So having the backups of your data is lifesaver. Although you got infected and the malware already into the system, you can format those systems and restore whatever data you have. Backup is lifesaver. So organizations are spending too much amount for backups. How the network look like? If you have a in-premises infrastructure where your all devices and network setup is in-premises, organization do backups of in-premises, and that backups they store into the cloud. So tomorrow something happens to in-premises, they can take those data from the cloud, and then their purpose of restoring gets solved. Basically, recovering data from the cloud takes a lot of time, and you will be losing a lot of time there. But having the backups in a cloud is one solution what we have here. If you are able to spend money to keeping a backup in tapes and whatever the backup medias, you can do that, because that is something is easy store, and easily you can recover your network within your time limit. But of course, you have to be keep in mind the extra security of your backup tapes. So backups is also a key here. No matter what protection you can apply, no matter what security you can provide, one thing is the key, which is security awareness training. Your employee, your people need to be aware of what's going on in the world of the cyber security. They need to know, and they should be aware of attacks and their natures and the way they are carrying out. For example, they should be aware of what do you mean by phishing, what do you mean by social engineering, importance of downloading not legitimate softwares. Security awareness training is the key for the layman who don't know about network security and these attacks. Having these trainings in place, the awareness of the attacks and everything will save you. And trust me guys, whatever attacks happens, it's because of lack of awareness of the security programs. So guys, if you like my video, subscribe my channel and press bell icon, so whatever the latestly uploaded video will come to you as soon as I upload them. And then be safe and be aware.